All right, let's start here. So Meta has discontinued all his DEI programs.
Yeah.
And also did a bunch of other stuff. Took the LGBTQ flag, I think, off of its thing. It did a lot of stuff. Zuckerberg went to Mar-a-Lago and
Just
he had
the
to
ring.
keep the ring. Because remember, he kicked Trump off of Instagram 5 years ago. So
And now the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah, he created True Social.
So let me just say,
became president.
Let me say this. I have a few things to say.
Come on, let's wake it up, Shotty. Yep.
A lot of people have for a long time said like presidents have no power. It's the shadow government that runs America. The presidents really have no power. Well, this actually shows you that presidents actually do have power because all of these top these are the top companies. These are the richest people in the world. Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook,
Elon Musk kicked it off.
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they all have kissed the Mark Zuckerberg. Look, Mark, if you're listening, love to have you at InvestFest. If you're interested, have a conversation. No disrespect, but Mark Zuckerberg goes anyway. The wind blows him. First, like when the Democrats is in office.
Does he? He pushed back on Trump. And we'll get to the Tim Cook beef later.
When it was convenient, he pushed back on Trump. When the Democrats was in office, after Trump lost, he kicked him off of Instagram. When Trump won, he literally gave him $1 million, had dinner at his house, apologized to him in person. Allegedly.
Trump, the real Trump 100. Like
it ends DEI. I mean, this is the reason why he's doing this is because this is what Trump and his consortiums want him to do. It's okay. Yep. You want to operate for 4 years in peace and not have us bring you up to Capitol Hill every 2 weeks like you was 4 years ago. Then this is what you need to do. And he's having no problem.
Go to Joe Rogan and do it.
Doing this. So he went to Joe Rogan.
Apologize publicly. The disrespect was public. Apologize in public.
Go to Joe. Sit down for 3 hours.
So
talk about the other Joe.
So that. But then the second part is, and I said this on the Breakfast Club, where this DEI thing, right? DEI is the politically correct way to say nigga. So what I mean by that is that you can't say racial slurs in 2025 and just get away with it.
You can say woke.
You can say woke. You can say DEI. So what they're saying is that because they're saying, okay, we're gonna peel back this DEI. DEI must die. DEI, like there is no DEI. There is no DEI. There never was DEI. 0.7% of Fortune 500 companies CEOs are black, and we know her.
Talk about it.
Personally.
One.
So less than 1% of Fortune 500 CEOs are black. Less than 0.5% of venture capital fund goes to black businesses. Less than 1% of all money managers are black.
Same angel investing. Less than 1% of the capital goes to black startups, and those that are doing well damn near have to hide.
Right. Less than 7% of the people in the whole entire tech industry are black, even though we make up 16% of the workforce. I can continue to go on. Where's the DEI? Where's the inclusion? We're not included in anything.
And the capital promise was never dispersed.
So that's what I said, right? Like I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And the George Floyd tragedy and moment, the response from the corporate was, we'll throw money at this, right? We're going to create initiatives, 100 million from this company, 100 million. Well, who's watching the money? Because it never got to anywhere near the people actually it was supposed to be allocated for. And when it's not allocated to those people, what's the consequence? What are the repercussions? What's the drawback?
Nothing. They didn't know how to open up the account. That's why I got to tune in Thursday to see how to open up the account to disperse it to the DEI programs, right?
It wasn't even a write-up for them. They never even let it. It never got dispersed.
And never.
It's a way to say the N word without saying it, because pretty much what they're saying is that anybody that's black that has risen to any level of significance, they can discredit it in one sentence by saying they're DEI hire. They don't care if you went to law school. They don't care if you graduated first in your class. They can say you're DEI hire, which discredits you from actually obtaining any job of significance, which relegates you to just meaningless work, right? And that's what they want. They want Black people subjugated to low levels of positions in every part of society, a permanent lower class, underclass caste system in the United States of America. This is not a political take. If you voted for Trump, I don't care if you voted for Trump or not, but this is a fact. What I'm saying is actual fact, because like I said, why is the richest people in the world championing DEI must die when I just gave you the stats? They're not threatened. There is no DEI. They're not there. Black people are not included. Then we're nowhere near threatening white men. Yeah. So why is that one of the top slogans for the Republican Party? Why is every Fortune 100 company dropping their DEI? You think that they're doing that just because they want to? They're doing that because they're pressured to do that.
Yeah. They're saying for like the one person that gets through, you took the place of somebody that looked like us.
I told you
99 out of 100%. One. Nah, that could have gone. We should have had 100%. Right. And even these budgets, and we talk about this again, but the DEI, think about that, right? You got a budget of 500 million. The DEI budget be like 5 million spread out through 50 companies or 100 companies. And so now we're fighting to get $10,000. When the budget was 500 million, we're trying to get 10,000. Here you go. Yeah. Here, figure that out, guys. Yo, look, we donated, we sponsored. Here's our new charity case.
Anyone who says the presidents don't have power never met anybody with power, or you were uninformed. It's a classic example. I don't know any president. They would not raise billions of dollars to run if that position had no power. I think Trump just wields that sword a lot better than others, and he's a lot more upfront in how he does business. But also, too, on the stock side, if you are not a part, I call this the anti-VIX index. Like that donation to the camp and saying I'll get along is buying you upward returns for that company for the next 4 years.
It's a good investment.
For sure.
Right. If I donated $1 million, but my company's allowed to make, what, 100 billion in a quarter?
Easily.
This is not even, you don't even think about that. You write the check and you walk away. Right. You're talking about, I know Bezos is not CEO anymore, but like $100 billion quarters. Apple's doing $100 billion quarters.
Yeah. We got to give Apple credit for not closing their DEI program.
Yet.
Next year, right?
You never know. You never know.
Clock's ticking.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, you got people like, I mean, Tim Cook is openly gay, right? So would he be considered would he be a DEI hire?
Is that by definition?
The DEI movement was there, though.
But by definition, he would be.
Is he diversity, equity, and inclusion by having somebody from the LGBTQ community as a
good definition.
You only hear DEI when it's a Black person.
True.
Right? You never hear it. I don't hear it when it's a woman, because technically women, that's a DEI hire, right?
Yep.
Women, that diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't hear white women being called that. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, it's a practice and policies intended to support people who come from varying backgrounds and give them resources they need to thrive in workplaces.
CEO of Microsoft, he's Indian. I haven't heard him being called a DEI hire.
No. And I told you last year, well, when he canceled DEI, I said, boy, that's real power, real pressure to make him stand down.